Hi, everybody. It is Tuesday, April the 28th, and I'm here with your daily COVID update. So with me today is Wally Malcom. Wally is the CEO of InnPower and InnServices for the Town of Innisfil. A lot of the services that the town offers are, for most part, taken for granted until they don't work. So as long as you flip the switch, your hydro comes on, if you turn on the tap and good, safe, potable water comes out, you're happy until those things don't happen. And we've talked a lot about frontline workers and how important they are, and they all are. But I think sometimes your water, wastewater operators get forgotten from that list. So here to talk a little bit about some of the challenges that we're having is Wally. Wally, how are things going during this COVID emergency, and what can we as residents do to help you do your job?
Thank you very much, Lynn. I really appreciate being here at this opportunity. Yes, COVID-19 has brought on unique challenges for the water and wastewater industry. One area is that particular note is people are doing what they're asked to do, and that's disinfect their hard surfaces in their hoses. The unfortunate part is that we're seeing a lot of the wipes into the toilet. So instead of just the toilet paper going into the toilet, we're seeing tissue papers going into the toilet. We're seeing paper towels going into the toilet, and we're seeing these so-called flushable wipes and even disinfectant wipes. So what's happening is that these wipes and tissue papers do not break down into the sewer system itself. It doesn't even break down within your home plumbing system. So what we're seeing and hearing from plumbers is that they're going out and doing a lot of repairs on plumbings within homes. So what happens is that say the paper towel or the disinfectant wipe doesn't break down within your system. It gets caught in an angle somewhere in your plumbing system. And then as you're doing your normal day-to-day, the oils and grease, the hair that goes down the drains while you're doing your normal grooming or cleaning or washing in your kitchen, they start to bind with these items that do not break down. And what comes out is what the industry likes to call fatbergs. So it's basically a big item that's sitting in your pipe, and there's no way of it for any of the water to get through. And eventually what happens is you get a backup within your system. So one of the sort of the measures that you can see within your own home is that if you're taking a shower and you notice that your shower drain is running slower, you let the water out of your kitchen sink or your bathroom sink, and you notice that, hey, what's going on? My drain is a lot slower. Typically what plumbers are finding is that these wipes are stuck within the plumbing system, and then it clogs the pipes within your own home. If it does manage to get outside of your home and into our sewer systems, it goes through a gravity system. So our pipes are underground and gravity flow down towards our wastewater treatment plant. What we do have is some low-lying areas where we have to pump that wastewater sewage back to our treatment facilities. And we have pumps in there. And what happens is these fatbergs or wipes clog the impellers of our pumps. So what that incurs is now the pumps can't do their job. They start to break down, overheat because they just can't turn anymore. They're just so clogged up. And what happens then is that we have to call out a couple of operators. We have to call in trucks to vacuum the sewage that's within those pumping stations so that we can lift the pumps out, try to do the repairs on them if we can, and then reinsert it. So it takes a lot of time and effort, and it puts our system at jeopardy in regards to the maintenance of our system. So I had a couple examples that I wanted to show you that I just did at home that people can try themselves. Just take a toilet paper, regular toilet paper, and put it into a glass of water and stir it up. And you'll see that after a period of time, that toilet paper will break down. So I have an example here, and I'm hoping that people can see it, is that you stir it, and what happens is you can't see it. It's not formed or any clumps that are there. Now, if you do that with just tissue paper, so a lot of people say, Wally, why don't they just use tissue paper? Tissue paper is thin as well. Well, I did the same process with the toilet paper that I did with the tissue paper. And you can see, just from the tissue paper, it hasn't broken down yet. And this is one of the areas that we have concerns, is that this is what's getting into our systems and holding up the pumping station. So this is just regular 2-ply tissue paper that people use to blow their nose with or use for makeup remover. It's clogging up. It just doesn't break down. It's still stuck here. Whereas the toilet paper that is recommended has to keep on going. So you look at some of the wipes that people are using. This one here is a wipe that's commonly used for cleaning, disinfecting surfaces and that. And if you read the labels on the back of the container, one of the warnings that the manufacturer does give you is don't flush these down the toilet. So even though some people have claims that they are flushable or biodegradable, they are not biodegradable. They do not break down. They're actually worse. And if you do the experiment with a paper towel, you'll find the same one. And if you look at some of the commercials that paper towel companies use, especially like the Bounty, they say, you know, it's the quicker picker upper and they don't break down. And it's true. Some of them you can even wash dishes with paper towel because it just doesn't break down over a period of time. So our ask of the public is continue to use these products for self-cleaning and helping to disinfect your house. But please throw them in the garbage. They do not belong in the toilet. The only thing that belongs in the toilet is of paper nature is just toilet paper. They're meant to go into the toilet and they're meant to break down as soon as you flush it down. They start to break down immediately. And as you can see by the 2 experiments that I did, the toilet paper, there is no residual left, whereas even tissue paper, there is a residual. So I urge residents to try it at home. It'd probably be a good experiment with some of the adults at home with children. Do it as a little science experiment, and you can start to see what is the result of tissue paper versus toilet paper, paper towel, and the disinfectant wipe. Put one in, take an old wipe that you used, put it in a glass of water and try stirring it up. See if you can break it down. Guarantee you won't be able to break it down.
Thanks, Wally. That's really good information. And so let us help us help you, because certainly it's an issue in our pumps, but it's an issue in your own home plumbing systems and even septic systems. So we don't need right now any expensive plumbing bills. So that's really good advice. So thank you so much for being with us today, Wally. Just before I go, one last comment is the 28th is also an important day that we acknowledge every year as a National Day of Mourning. It is for those to commemorate those who've been killed, injured, or suffered illness due to workplace-related hazards and occupational exposures. Certainly, on a personal note, I lost a brother when he was just shy of his 20th birthday in an accident on a construction site. So I urge all of you out there right now doing your jobs during this particular time to follow all the health and safety regulations and be safe out there while you're doing your jobs, and know how much we all appreciate you doing those very dangerous jobs on our behalf. So thank you, and we'll talk again tomorrow.